All right, Kyle. So when you are ready and comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes and take a nice, deep letting go breath.
Hi there, and welcome to MedCircle's new series called With Me. We've noticed that in these very uncertain times, people are turning to YouTube to find With Me videos where they can watch other people do things or accomplish things, and it seems to be helping a lot of people. And in order to maintain social distance, we're going to be contributing to these With Me videos. And to start off, we have certified hypnotherapist Grace Smith. Grace, thanks for being back.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Kyle.
So what are we going to do today?
Today, you are going to have a hypnotherapy session, and everyone's going to get an opportunity to watch and see what that is like. And the intention behind this is essentially for people to see, first of all, how deeply relaxing something like hypnotherapy can be, especially in a time of such acute stress, but secondarily to show how much healing can take place at a specific individualistic level when you have a private hypnotherapy session. So we're going to get to work on whatever is your heart's desire today, and everyone will get to take a peek.
Fantastic. Well, I haven't thought much about what my heart desires today, but I'm pretty open. Is there a way that we can find out what we think might be best for me to target today?
Absolutely. So for anybody who's watching this, if you haven't seen the series that was recorded previously on MedCircle with Dr. Ramani, we give all of the explanations of what hypnosis is, what it isn't, why it works, how it works. So that'll give some really great context. So rather than going through all of that here, I'll just dive into sharing that hypnotherapy only works when you really want it to work. So on a scale of 0 out of 10, 10 being you desperately want the result, 0 being you don't want it at all, and 5 being someone else wants it for you, meaning if a spouse really wanted their significant other to quit smoking and you're so sick of them nagging you about it that you're like, all right, I might as well do this thing, you'd be at a 5. So hypnotherapy becomes effective at a 7 or above. So it does need to be significant on the scale of desirability. So how do we determine that? Whatever is causing acute pain in your life on an ongoing basis, even a daily basis, you typically would have a desire to overcome at a level 7 or above. So right now we are all practicing social distancing. We're under quarantine, stay-at-home orders. It's a scary world out there. The death toll is increasing every day. What we're seeing with most people is our bad habits are coming out in full force, because bad habits come out when we're stressed. So there you go.
Yes.
That gives you a little bit to think about in terms of
Yeah.
what might be useful for you today.
Uh, Two huge bad habits of mine, regardless, but especially now, is my diet. And last night I ordered fast food at, I don't know, 11 p.m. and ate all of it. Not great. And then also sleeping. I already require more sleep than a normal person. And so it's very easy for me to be at home and just kind of, oh, I'll go take a nap or I'll sleep longer. And it's not productive. It's not great for me. So I think if we target it on healthier eating habits, or maybe waking up earlier, going to bed earlier, or just being more intentional with my sleep, I think those would both be really great.
Those are fabulous. And thank you for being so transparent about what you're going through, because I'm sure 99.9% of everyone watching this has both of those same issues right now. Even if they don't typically need more sleep, right now they're probably not getting the amount of sleep that they need,
Mm-hmm.
or because there isn't a ton to do, the likelihood to lounge in bed rather than to get up and do what they would like to do on their to-do list is probably there. So how we determine where to start, because a quick way I describe the focus that's required for hypnotherapy to be effective is something like this. Everyone's at home Netflixing, so they'll get this. If you're watching a show and you're totally fully immersed in it, you're not doing anything else, you're buying into the story, everything else about the rest of the world melts away. That's doing hypnotherapy on one singular topic. If you're watching a show, but you're also texting your friend, that's attempting to do hypnotherapy on two different topics at the same time. So you're missing part of the plot and there's spelling mistakes over here. And if you attempt to do more than that, then it's like you've also got an email you're working on over here. It's just, you're just too distracted and everything gets diminished. So we want to pick the one that's causing you the most amount of acute pain out of the two. So what is the one that when you find yourself eating the junk food and all of it at 11 o'clock at night, or you find yourself lounging in bed, which one's causing more pain?
Oh, I think the diet.
Okay, so that's the one
Yeah.
to go with. On a scale of 0 to 10, how desperately would you like to make sure you maintain healthy eating 0 out of 10 right now?
Well, I'm going to give myself a solid 8 because I just love food too much to really go for a 10. I will always succumb to a drive-through every now and then, even when I'm at my best. So I think an 8.
That's fabulous. And I'm so glad that you have that self-awareness, because a lot of times people will come to hypnotherapy and their desirability will be a 10, which is great. We want it there. Or again, it just needs to be above a 7, but they won't admit to themselves reality. And you know your reality. Your reality is, hey, listen, I don't want to be eating junk food every single night at 11 o'clock throughout this entire pandemic. We don't know how long it's going to last. That's not nourishing my brain. It's not nourishing my body, and I don't feel good about myself. However, is my goal with hypnotherapy to never go through a drive-through for the rest of my life? Absolutely not. Not only do I not want that, it's not realistic. So everybody needs to know hypnotherapy doesn't turn us into a robot. We're still a
Mm.
human being with desires and taste buds. But ultimately, tell me why you think you're turning to more junk food.
Oh, I know why. It's where I go when I'm stressed. I have even in high school and college, when I get stressed, I go. It's quick, it's easy. Oftentimes, it's not even purposeful. I just show up there. It's like I find myself in the middle of an Arby's and just go, oh, I guess I'm here now. And it's always correlated to stress. It's convenient, it's fast, it tastes good, it gives you that really like full feeling. And I have Crohn's disease as well, and which is a GI chronic illness. I should not be eating like that. The cleaner my diet is, the better I feel and the less Crohn's symptoms I experience. So I have no excuses to not be really taking my diet seriously.
Absolutely. I'm sure a lot of people can attest to having that same experience of it's almost like you black out and before you know it, the pizza's been inhaled and it's like, where did those 3
Yes.
slices go? Or
Yes.
where did those French fries go? Yeah.
Yes.
So we didn't plan this. We had
No.
no prior conversation about what we'd be working on. But interestingly enough, I actually have a book coming out on April 21st, exactly about this.
They're going to be like,
I'll
oh,
close
yeah,
your
right.
eyes
They
and
didn't
you're
plan that.
right.
Yeah.
We didn't plan it, I swear. But the reason I'm holding up this beauty and the reason why I'm so happy that you're sharing so transparently is because one of the main tenets of the book is that the reason why people have so much trouble maintaining a healthy diet, the reason why weight loss is something that seems for so many to be, not that you're looking to lose, but you're looking to maintain a healthy weight and to eat more healthily. But for people who have this yo-yo experience with their weight because they're choosing unhealthy foods, there's a few main reasons why, and we've touched on all of them already. One of the first things is when we're feeling sad, scared, depressed, lonely, any emotion that is uncomfortable, the body as a survival mechanism is going to seek out a hit of dopamine, serotonin, any of these feel-good release, chemical releases from the brain. Now, addictive foods like junk food with lots of fats, lots of sugars, lots of salts are chemically engineered to release serotonin and dopamine. So the fact that all of a sudden we're feeling sad, there's no real conscious thought of, in order for me to feel happier, I'm going to go to Arby's now. Let me get in the car, drive
That's
there,
right.
and enjoy it. No, it's just all subconscious. And before you know it, you're eating it now. But that fleeting hit of serotonin or dopamine, and it is fleeting, turns into typically feeling much worse after the fact because we get that spike and then we crash from it. Or in the case of someone with GI issues such as yourself, you actually physically are going to feel much worse
Mm-hmm.
after the fact. So what are the kind of thoughts that go through your mind after you're finished with the Arby's?
Um, Arby's is overpriced. That's the first one. I think about I think about all the things I should have done instead. I think that's where my brain goes. I think about, okay, I do feel better in this moment, but I wish I would have achieved this same feeling of feeling better through a healthier way. I wish I would have taken the 15 minutes and just made myself lunch. Or I wish I would have chosen a healthier option and spent maybe a little bit more money. That's where my head goes.
Okay, great. So you spend time thinking about all the things you wish you had done instead. And just out of curiosity, there may or may not have been for you, and either way is perfect and correct, but just to check, because this can be common, do you have feelings of guilt or remorse or shame, or is it just more like, why did I do that? I should have done something better?
Those are real strong words. I don't know if I feel shame or guilt, but perhaps a tinge of like, Kyle, why'd you do that?
Okay.
So a watered down version of shame and guilt.
Okay, great. Very good. So for everybody who's watching, this is Kyle's session. And so we are going to make sure that this session is totally and completely tailored towards Kyle's needs. However, for those watching at home, do know that if you experience feelings of shame or guilt, really extreme emotions, that is quite common and is something that can also be helped with hypnotherapy. Okay, great. So typically in these situations, there's a protocol that includes 2 points to help you overcome this and make sure you don't continue to do it. The first is having readily available healthy foods that you enjoy the taste of. Because if you're feeling sad, depressed, stressed, scared, the amount of energy required to go just spend 15 minutes on a meal, it sounds so easy, right? Oh, I should have just spent the 15 minutes. It's so energetically expensive if you're feeling any kind of sadness. But if it's ready, if you can just open the hummus and get the baby carrots, which is a way better option, or if you've already pre-sliced the avocado and you've got the pre-made salad or whatever, it's a lot easier to just open up that Tupperware and go for the grilled chicken, right? So I'm going to ask you questions about that in a second. And number 2 is to have another thing in place that helps you get that brief release of serotonin or dopamine that isn't junk food. Because if that's not fulfilled, the body's going to keep seeking it. So I want to talk to you about both of those and ways that you think that you could fulfill them instead. So what are some healthy foods that you could pre-make when you're feeling good, like right when we're done with this session, you're going to be feeling great. You could go quick, run to the kitchen if you have time, that you can have readily on hand.
Well, I'm really fortunate right now to be living with 2 of my favorite people. And one of them buys these tangerines in a bowl that come peeled, I guess. Guys, you've got to find, if you, next time you're in a grocery store, find these pre-peeled tangerines. It's one of the best things the grocery stores have ever put out. Those are a no-brainer. And I'm a salad guy. I love salads. So I could pre-make salads really easily.
Perfect. Awesome. Just have that dressing on the side so things don't get soggy. And then all you have to do is open it up, pour some in, and you're good to go. So what I teach in my book and what I teach to my clients is rather than meal prepping on, let's say, a Sunday night for the rest of the week, because that's very monotonous. You end up eating the same thing every day. Sunday ends up feeling like a big chore, and Sunday's rough for people a lot of the times anyway. A simpler way to do that, if you want, is after you eat dinner tonight, make tomorrow's meal. So you're full, you're satisfied, you've got energy because you've just eaten and you've eaten something healthy. Now spend 20 or 30 minutes making tomorrow's meals. So when tomorrow comes, if you find yourself sad, lethargic, tired, you don't have to make the meal. You just eat what was made yesterday. And when you're done with dinner, you only make tomorrow's meals. It's so sustainable. It's so easy. And I'd love for you to do that. And those tangerines are definitely no-brainer. You don't even have to prep those. That's the best. Things that take no prep are the best. So in today's session, we're going to train your subconscious to say, am I really hungry? Am I really hungry? Am I finding myself moving towards the kitchen because I'm actually hungry? If the answer is yes, you get to eat, but it's going to be one of these pre-made delicious meals or a pre-peeled awesome tangerine. Okay, number 2, serotonin dopamine release. What's something that gives you a burst of happiness that doesn't take a tremendous amount of effort? Saying, I'm going to go for a 5-mile run is not the answer here.
It would not be my answer. I mean, my dog does, certainly. Man, that's a good question, Grace. Wow. I, man, I go to my dog. I don't know if maybe there's something better. I actually would love for people watching this, if they feel inspired, to leave their answers in the comment section, because I shouldn't struggle so much with this question, but I am struggling. A really quick happiness thing. I don't know. My dog, is that an okay answer?
It's a perfect answer. We're all madly in love with beautiful Callie back there. So it's perfect that she brings you joy. So what you'll say to yourself consciously is, clearly, I need a boost of happiness. I need a quick hit of happiness. That's why my brain thought it wanted junk food. It didn't. What it wanted was some happiness. It wanted some serotonin and some dopamine. I'm going to go play with Callie for 5 minutes. I'm going to let her lick my face, and we're going to play some games, and I'm going to feel better when that's said and done. I'll give a few examples, because you'll be surprised to see in the comments, Kyle, you're not alone. Most people are going to write, I too could think of maybe one thing. And a lot of people will say things like, oh, I'll go for a run. We're under stay-at-home orders, right? And that's you got to get changed. You got to lace up your shoes. It can't take that much effort. So blasting your favorite song, one of the easiest ways to get a hit of endorphins that just feels so good. It's got to be a song you really love. Don't start playing Jeff Buckley. I love Jeff Buckley, but that's going to take me down an emotional, sad street that I'm already probably on. I'm trying to get off of that, right? So a happy song that you love, that's nostalgic in a good way. Even, 10 jumping jacks. People might not think, oh, that makes me really happy, but depression also is correlated with a lack of energy. So just 10 jumping jacks to get your energy pumping. If you've got the time, watch a beloved rom-com, or even just a few minutes of an amazing comedy special. If I really need a boost, I can watch a YouTube clip of John Mulaney, and by the end of it, I feel great, So those are just a few quick things to start training you to seek out happiness when you need that hit. So now that we've consciously talked about it, we've got to get your subconscious on board to do it. And what that means is it'll be easier for you to have the awareness so that blackout doesn't occur where you go, why am I on my 8th bite of Arby's? What just happened? You have the conscious awareness before you even get in the car, or before you order on Bite Squad or Uber Eats, whatever it is, to say, I'm making a different choice. I have awareness of my emotional state, and I'm going to do something about it.
Excellent. Beautiful.
Any questions?
Perfect. No, I love that.
Awesome. Okay, so this is going to be kind of a mini session. Kyle's done hypnotherapy with me before. You kind of know the ropes. Again, for everybody viewing, if this is brand new to you, you can go back and watch our other MedCircle series to learn all the ins and outs of what this is and why it works. But yeah, we'll keep it to about 12, 15 minutes, and then I'll count you back up at the end. And the most important thing to remember is about 6 sessions of hypnotherapy results in 93% improvement on average. So we're just having 1 right now, which means the average person would see a 10 to 15% improvement after 1 session, but that's just the average. You could see 75% improvement, you could see 5% improvement, but you'll absolutely see improvement. And then you could come back and rewatch this video 5 more times. And by the end of that, you'll be well on your way to really only putting in your body what you desire to put into your body.
2 questions before we begin. I guess I do have questions. One is, even though we're doing this virtually, are the impacts that I could experience virtually the same as if we were doing them in person?
They're better. And great question. So here's why. Phone and virtual hypnotherapy is more effective than in-person hypnotherapy, which makes it a great time for everyone at home to seek this out, and they can work with one of our grace-based hypnotherapists from anywhere over the phone. So the reason why hypnotherapy is effective is because you've reached something called the theta brainwave state, where you're deeply relaxed and feeling safe. Hypnotherapy doesn't work unless you're deeply relaxed and feeling safe. So a certified hypnotherapist like myself is highly skilled and trained to help you access a deeply relaxed, safe feeling state, even in the midst of a pandemic. So when you're in that state, you become open to these suggestions that are important to you, but only ones that are important to you. That's why you have to be a 7 or above on the scale. If they're not important to you, they're not going to stick. That's why a hypnotherapist can't make you do something you don't want to do. So when you're in your home with Callie in the room, and you didn't have to get in a car and sit in California traffic to get to the session, and you weren't searching for the office, and you weren't waiting outside with a light flickering, you are in the comfort of your home. What's going to happen is you're going to close your eyes, you're going to lean back in your own chair, you're going to have a voice guide you into deep relaxation. Then when the session is over, you're going to open your eyes, feeling so wonderfully deeply relaxed, and you're going to go make a healthy salad. And you're going to spend some time with Callie and feel happy. You're not getting back in a car, back in traffic, getting all stressed out again, thinking about a million things you have to do. So phone and cyber sessions take that theta state deeper, longer, which is why they make it more effective.
Perfect. And can I sit with my feet cross-legged in this chair? Do they need to be on the ground?
You can do anything you want. You could be lying down, you could be seated, you could be cross-legged, you could be whatever is most comfy for you. The most important thing is that you're comfortable.
Cool. I'm comfortable, and I know I'm going to let you give our very quick, brief disclaimer here before we begin.
Absolutely. So when you are following along with this, you're probably at home and you might not have to worry about this disclaimer for the first time ever, but do not follow along with hypnosis while driving or doing anything that would require your total and complete concentration. Also remember that this session is specifically for Kyle, so there's really no need for you to follow along with it. However, if you do want to experience hypnotherapy on your own, a grace-based hypnotherapist would be happy to help you at gshypnosis.com. Fabulous. All right, Kyle, so when you are ready and comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes and take a nice, deep, letting go breath. Already beginning to relax both mind and body. Relax the top of your head. Relax your forehead, smoothing out any creases. Relax the tiny muscles next to your eyes. Relax your jaw, letting it hang loose and slack. Good, and it's very common to hold tension in the jaw. So really just creating some space. And as you create that space in your jaw, you send a message to the rest of your body that it's safe for you to relax. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms all the way through to the fingertips. Relax your torso, breathing easily, really releasing your stomach. And relax your legs all the way out through the bottoms of your feet. Go ahead and begin to imagine a color you love forming at the top of your head, and say that color out loud when you're ready.
Great.
Perfect. Imagining the perfect shade of green flowing in through the top of your head, all the way through your body, out the bottoms of your feet, and down into the center of the earth. Green relaxing you, green releasing you, green taking you all the way down. You realize now your eyelids are wonderfully deeply relaxed. Your eyelids are so wonderfully deeply relaxed, they just want to stay closed. No matter how hard you try to open them, they just want to stay closed. And when you're absolutely certain your eyes just don't want to open, go ahead and say green.
Green.
Good. Imagining green flowing in through the top of your head, all the way through your body, out the bottoms of your feet, down into the center of the earth. Go ahead and begin to imagine now a beautiful staircase beginning to form before you. It's perfect for you. It could be sleek and simple or elaborate and ornate. Whatever you notice is perfect and correct. And then when you're ready, the sound of your own voice taking you even deeper, go ahead and just describe for me what your perfect staircase is like.
It's really open at the bottom, and it's wide throughout, but it's wider at the base, and it has very tall handles on either side.
Beautiful. That's exactly right. Your perfect staircase with tall handles on either side. It's wide throughout, but even wider and more open at the base. That's exactly right. Now, not now, but in just a moment when I tell you to, you're going to take your first step down on your perfect staircase. And with each and every single decreasing number that I say, you'll take a step down, doubling your relaxation, knowing that at the bottom of your wide open staircase will await you your safe place. A place where you feel so wonderfully, deeply relaxed and perfectly safe that lasting transformation takes place. Getting ready to take your first step down now. 10, taking your first step down, doubling your relaxation. Good. 9, another step down. The deeper you go, the better you feel. 8, relaxing, releasing, and letting go as you double your relaxation with each and every single decreasing number. 7, another step down now. You're doing great. Doubling your relaxation. 6, another step down. Feeling into the velvety darkness behind those eyelids. 5, another step down. Really let go. You're doing great. 4, and as we continue along, all sounds other than the sound of my voice just take you deeper. Any sounds on your end, any sounds on my end, they're just reminders to you that all is well in the outside world and that you can continue to go even deeper. 3, another step down. Really let go. You're almost there. 2, and 1. Be there now inside your safe place. Go ahead and breathe in the pleasant fragrances there inside your safe place. Breathing in those pleasant scents, those pleasant smells. Reach out and touch something there inside your safe place, feeling its texture, its roughness or smoothness. Hear the sounds there inside your safe place. Notice the colors there inside your safe place. And then go ahead and play with those colors a little bit. Make them perfect for you. Make them brighter or darker or more pastel or opaque. And when you've made the colors there inside your safe place absolutely perfect, let me know by saying out loud, I did it. It's perfect now.
I did it. It's perfect now.
That's right. You did it. It's perfect now. Simply by setting your mind to do so, you are able to make the colors there inside your safe place perfect. I wonder what else you'll make perfect here today, simply by setting your mind to do so. And now you notice there's something nutritious or delicious there for you to taste there inside your safe place, even if it's just a sip of cool, clean, clear water. Go ahead and taste that now. Good, you're doing so well. And then when you're ready, the sound of your own voice taking you even deeper, go ahead and describe for me what your safe place is like.
It's very open with high ceilings. It's quiet, but there's an echoiness to it. And there's lots of light, and it's very open and light.
That's exactly right. Your safe place is open with high ceilings, and it's quiet but also has this echoey feel to it. There's so much light and it's so open. That's exactly right. You're doing so well. When you're ready, just describe how you feel emotionally being there inside your safe place.
I feel very comfortable. I feel very safe. I feel, I don't feel rushed, and I don't feel, like there are expectations. So I feel very free.
Beautiful. You're doing so well. So amplify and magnify that comfort, how comfortable you feel. Amplify and magnify how safe you feel. Amplify and magnify that sensation of you've got all the time in the world. There's no rush. And amplify and magnify that sensation of freedom. Zero expectations. Just allowing every single part of your mind, body, and spirit to soak up those sensations like a dry sponge taking to cool, clean, clear water. Just fill up now on comfort, safety, spaciousness, openness, light, all the time in the world, and freedom. Take all the time you'd like, soaking up these wonderful feelings. And when you're ready for what's next, let me know.
I'm ready.
That's right, you're ready. Now when I count down from 3 to 1 and snap my fingers, you're going to speak to a part of you. And this part is the part that whenever it feels stressed or scared or anxious, that it thinks junk food is the answer. And this part is not in trouble. We just need to have a conversation with it. So this part might appear looking just like you. This part might appear looking like a little troll. This part might appear looking like a blue dot, which is to say this part can take absolutely any shape. However it appears to you is perfect and correct. It's going to jump out so you can have a direct conversation with it. The part that seeks junk food when it's stressed out, coming out now. In 3, going even deeper. 2, trusting what comes. And 1. The part that seeks junk food when it's stressed appears before you. And just notice some details about it first. Notice what it's doing. Notice how it's doing. If it has a posture, notice its posture. And then when you're ready, just describe for me what you notice about this part.
Well, it's just another version of me, but it's timid, ashamed, scared, uncomfortable, embarrassed, disheveled.
That's exactly right. The part that seeks junk food when it's stressed is another version of you, but this version of you is showing up as timid, scared, embarrassed, ashamed, disheveled. That's exactly right. Now you're going to speak directly to this part, and this part will speak directly to you, and you'll let me know what it says. So repeating out loud after me and speaking to this part, say, stressed, scared one, thank you for being here.
Stressed, scared one, thank you for being here.
What is your name? What would you like for me to call you?
What is your name? What would you like for me to call you?
And let me know what it says when you're ready.
It says you. You can call me you. You can call me Kyle.
Right? You can call me you. You can call me Kyle. So go ahead and say out loud, Kyle, why do you feel all of these low or negative emotions?
Kyle, why do you feel all these lower negative emotions?
That's right. Receiving the answer and sharing it only when you're ready.
He says because I know I can choose different options. I know I can make better choices, but I don't. And when I don't, I feel bad about it. And the decision I make only makes me feel less, not as healthy, not as in tune. It's a double whammy because I have regret for making the decision, and the decision I made doesn't help my body feel healthy.
That's exactly right. That part, Kyle, is feeling all of those lower negative emotions because he knows he could make better choices, but he doesn't sometimes. And when he doesn't, it's a double whammy because now he feels bad for having made that choice, but he also feels bad because the choice, the junk food, feels bad in his body. So go ahead and say, Kyle, why don't you make a healthier choice?
Kyle, why don't you make a healthier choice? Because it's laziness.
Laziness. That's right. Go ahead and say, Kyle, where does the laziness come from?
Kyle, where does the laziness come from? Because he's tired and priorities aren't in order.
Because he's tired and his priorities aren't in order. That's exactly right. Now go ahead and say, Kyle, I know how hardworking you can be.
Kyle, I know how hardworking you can be.
I know how dedicated and focused you can be.
I know how dedicated and focused you can be.
I'd like for you to be that devoted to our health as you are to your work.
I would like for you to be that devoted to our health as you are devoted to the work.
Let me know his reaction to that.
Nodding.
Nodding. Good. Go ahead and ask him, Kyle, do you have any reservations or concerns about this?
Do you have any reservations or concerns about this? What if I screw up again in the future?
That's right. He says, what if I screw up again in the future? So go ahead and say, Kyle, this is about the law of averages.
Kyle, this is about the law of averages.
If we make healthy choices 95% of the time, we're going to feel great.
If we make healthy choices 95% of the time, we're going to feel great. He's nodding.
Yeah, he's nodding. Go ahead and say, Kyle, have you ever made a mistake in your career before?
Kyle, have you ever made a mistake in your career before? Nodding, yeah, of course.
Of course. And then say, but did you keep fighting
But
to
did
be
you keep
better?
But did you keep fighting to be better
Even after that?
even after that? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Say to him, can you do that here with our food?
Can you do that here with food? Yes.
Good. And finally say, it's about progress, not perfection.
It's about progress, not perfection.
Let's keep getting a little bit better every day.
Let's keep getting a little bit better every day.
What does he say?
Nothing. He's nodding.
That's right. He says nothing and he's nodding. So when I count down from 3 to 1 and snap my fingers, you two are going to work together to prepare yourself for success. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pre-make some healthy meals. You're a salad guy. You love salads. You're going to pre-make a whole bunch of yummy salads, a whole bunch of yummy salad dressings, and you're going to stock the fridge with them. 3, going even deeper. 2, trusting what comes. And 1, in your mind's eye, both Kyles, do 10 jumping jacks to start, just to get some blood flowing in your body, just to get some energy, just the energy required to make those salads. And when you're done with those 10 jumping jacks, get into the kitchen and start creating. Put together some really yummy options, things that you'll look forward to eating. And when you're complete, let me know.
Okay, finished.
Excellent. You're finished. Those salads are set. They're ready to go. They're in the fridge. So the next time you find yourself getting a little bit of a hunger sensation, you're going to ask yourself, am I really hungry? And if the answer is yes, you'll go in and eat a salad. And if the answer is no, we're going to do something else. So go ahead and test that. Imagine that happening 3 times throughout the day. You get a sensation about hunger. You go, am I really hungry? If the answer is yes, you go enjoy a delicious pre-made salad. If the answer is no, we'll do something else. Practice that 3 times and let me know at the end what happens.
Two of the 3 times I was hungry, so I was able to eat something healthy, which made me feel a lot better, a lot better. And that led me to make other better decisions, both for food options, but also activity options as well. And when I wasn't hungry, I was able to not go get junk food or some other filler food because I was intentional about asking myself if I'm hungry. And because the answer is no, I knew that I didn't need to go eat just to go eat.
Beautiful. Excellent job. You're mastering this already. So you realized when you got that hunger sensation, rather than running to the pantry or running to the car or running to a delivery app, you stopped and you said, wait a minute, am I really hungry? 2 out of 3 times the answer was yes. And because you had pre-made those delicious, healthy salads, you were able to enjoy them. And because you chose a healthy, nourishing food, that made you feel way better. It made you feel great. And because you were feeling great, you were able to make better decisions in terms of activities. It had this ripple effect, a domino effect of healthy choices. Beautiful. Then you also received the very powerful lesson that approximately 1/3 of the time, a hunger sensation might not be about hunger at all. It could be letting you know the body needs some water. It might be dehydrated. It might be that the body is feeling an emotion and is attempting to switch out of a negative emotion into a positive, and thought that some junk food might be the way, but because you asked yourself the question, you stopped that before it even went down that path. You were able to say, actually, I'm not hungry. I must want to feel a different way. So let's test two things. Let's test drinking some water to see if it was actually about dehydration. And let's also test doing something that releases endorphins and serotonin and making you feel good. So you're going to see, feel, and experience yourself drinking an 8-ounce glass of room temperature water, or with ice, whatever you prefer. And you're going to see yourself playing with Callie, your beloved dog, until you feel that release of happiness. Do them both and then share what you notice when you're ready.
Drinking the water was just like drinking a glass of energy. And Callie and I going outside also made me focus just on her. I wasn't on my phone. I wasn't on a call. I was just playing with her.
Mm-hmm. And how did that make you feel, just focusing on Callie, just playing with her?
Good. It makes me feel like I'm making the right decisions, but it also makes me feel, it also gives evidence that I do have control over even the smallest parts of my life.
That's exactly right. Drinking water was like drinking a glass of energy. It made you feel so good and helped you make even better choices moving forward. And that energy improved your mood. Going outside with Callie helped you focus just on her. No calls, no phones, no distractions, just Callie. And that made you feel really good in and of itself, but it also gave evidence to the fact that you do still have control over even the smallest aspects of your life. And go ahead and check in with that other Kyle now. That Kyle who, when we first saw him, wasn't doing so hot. But now he's learned to pre-make meals and to get his energy up beforehand. He's learned to ask himself, am I hungry or not? He's learned if he is hungry, he can choose those nourishing meals and how it'll lift him up. He's learned if he's not hungry, he's got other options like a glass of energy, aka a glass of water, or going outside with Callie. And for him to learn he's still in control over even the smallest aspects of his life. Check in with that Kyle, and how is he doing now?
He's doing very good. He's much he's much more focused, and he's much more himself.
Yes, he's doing very well. He's focused and he's much more himself. Go ahead, repeat out loud after me and say to him, Kyle, this is your true nature.
Kyle, this is your true nature.
Happy, healthy, energized.
Happy, healthy, energized.
Making good choices.
Making good choices.
Let's commit to doing this together every day. What do you say?
Let's commit to doing this together every day. What do you say? Nodding.
Nodding. Good. So you two go ahead and shake on it. I'm going to count you down even deeper and share with you some very powerful phrases. And then you will have completed this beautiful transformation in your subconscious mind. 5, doubling your relaxation, going even deeper. 4, feeling oh so good. 3, all the way down now. 2, and 1. The truth is, you are in control of even the smallest aspects of your life. The truth is, a hunger sensation does not always mean actual hunger. You stop and ask, am I actually hungry? If you are, you eat a delicious pre-prepared meal. If you're not hungry, and thank goodness you asked the question, you can drink a glass of water, which gives you energy. You can go hang out with Callie and be present with her. You could blast a song you love. You could watch a clip of a funny comedy sketch. You could do 10 jumping jacks to get the energy flowing. There are plenty of ways for you to get the emotional boost that your body might have been looking for when it sent that hunger sensation, even though the hunger wasn't actually there. You realize this is about progress, not perfection. And if at any point a different choice is made, rather than beating yourself up, you say, this is the law of averages. If I nourish my body really well the vast majority of the time, then I'm going to feel great the vast majority of the time. And that is what I'm committed to. That is what you are committed to. Feeling great the vast majority of the time. And so whenever you feel a hunger sensation, you stop. You ask yourself, am I really hungry? If the answer is yes, you enjoy a pre-made, delicious, nutritious meal. If the answer is no, you have a glass of water, and then you choose a feel-good, quick activity that releases some endorphins or serotonin or dopamine, so you put a smile on your face and feel better. And above all, you remember, there is so much you are in control of, and your true self, your true nature, is one filled with health, happiness, and good choices. So go ahead and pat that Kyle on the back. In your mind's eye, tell him how proud you are of him, how excited you're to be working with him rather than against him. You two are a team now. You're committed to making great choices and to feeling great as a result. Beautiful job. Starting to come back now. 1, moving your feet and your toes. 2, moving your hands and your fingers. 3, lots of energy returning to the body. 4, coming back to this place this time. 5, even more energy returning to the body. 6, feeling so great about your healthy choices. 7, looking forward to your first round of meal prep later today. 8, feeling great. 9, getting ready to open those eyes. And 10, opening your eyes. Stretch your arms over the top of the head. And the word is yes.
Yes. Wow.
Great job, Kyle. Beautiful.
Oh my gosh. We've gone an hour.
Yes, I
Like
know.
on this call. Wow.
How long did it feel for you?
Like 8 hours.
Yeah.
Like really long. Yeah, I actually, the longer we kept going, the more detail I was getting on where I was, if that is an okay answer. It was great. You know, this is the first time we've done hypnotherapy earlier in the day, and I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but like, that was really good. I felt that. I felt like it was just, when you were asking me these questions towards the end, like the version of myself I was communicating with was like, yeah, I know. Like Kyle, like to the real Kyle, like, I got it. We can move forward. which is very much how I am. But it was very real. It was very real, like more real than the other times we've done this. Incredible, incredible.
Awesome. Oh, that's so cool. And that's so cool for you to know that morning sessions that would be a great time for you to continue to do this, you know, that you got such vivid clarity, but also to know that every time you do it, you go deeper. And this is, you know, this isn't new to you anymore. So all of that conscious interference didn't have to be there. So that's beautiful. But you got such great clarity, and you could see on your face as the transformation was taking place. It was really beautiful.
Oh, I can't wait to watch this. This is excellent and really calming, obviously. But I mean, just I did not. I was happy to leave when you counted me out. But if you would have said, now go in the back and go take a nap, I would have been like, okay, you know, I would have been happy to stay there.
Yes.
It was great. It was great.
Well,
thank you for doing this.
Oh, it's my absolute pleasure. And you're going to see, especially because you love rest, that 1 hour of hypnotherapy actually is the equivalent of 8 hours of sleep. So you saying it felt like 8 hours is totally perfect, because that's what studies have shown is 1 hour in deep theta is actually the equivalent of 8 hours of sleep. So you're going to feel so energized after this. You're going to make those yummy salads. You're going to make those healthier choices, and it's going to feel so empowering.
Thank you, Grace. That was excellent, excellent, excellent. Wherever we post this, make sure you guys follow us here to get more mental health videos, to get more from Grace Smith, and also Grace's MedCircle series with Dr. Ramani is my favorite series that we've shot. It was incredible, and and that's available for free. So if you need the link, send us a message. We'll get you the link. You can also go to medcircle.com. And your book, Close Your Eyes and Lose Weight.
Yes,
is that what it is?
Close Your Eyes and Lose Weight. There she is.
And when does she come out?
She comes out April 21st, 2020, so very soon. And so much of what you and I covered here today, we go really in depth in the book. So it couldn't have been more perfect timing. I love that the synchronicity happened.
You know, sometimes things just work out exactly how they're supposed to. It's perfect. All right. I adore you, dear. More from you soon. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Remember, whatever you're going through out there, you got this.